to wish you all a very happy and wonderful Merry Christmas. Maybe there's some people like me that you don't have a whole lot of family kicking around and you're just kind of by yourself. So maybe you'll want to join our lovely little live stream here. But I figure go around, talk about stuff, and see what you guys are doing today. Hopefully, you're all having a wonderful day, and hopefully, I wish you all the happiest of New Year's. So, where do I start with the live stream? So, as of today, here, grab my phone off the tripod. So, bike stands, they work really good for a tripod if you need a tripod on the fly. So, I got this extra seat bracket sitting down here for the 4Runner. Still haven't got the correct side seat bracket for the old 4Runner. So I've been working on that. Yep, nothing's changed in here. Got a few parts floating around. I did get these switches. So the reason I got these switches, a little light in there is green. I want everything to be green in here because I like the factory dash lights in these trucks. So all of these are blue. As you can see, if I flip them on, they turn blue. These will turn green, so I'm going to switch those out and make sure everything's kind of in theme. Like if I flip this on, you can see that's all green. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. Just waiting on parts and stuff for different projects, and trying to get the motivation to work on stuff, I guess, is like one thing that I've been kind of struggling at. Been going out riding dirt bike, have been having a blast doing that. Also, if you notice, so got rid of the one downhill bike. That's out of here. It's gone. That went to a new home, and hopefully the new owner will have some fun with it. Hello, Merry Christmas. Welcome to the stream. What else to talk about today? So I've been kind of debating working on the old 250R. Been wanting to work on that. I guess we could flip the camera around, can we? There we go. So this thing, I've been wanting to work on this a little bit. I just haven't quite got there yet. Merry Christmas. Welcome to the stream. Hopefully you have a very happy new year. Yeah. What else? We got things around here. Oh, my license plate mount. So I need to go to the steel store, get a bit of 2-inch square stock. I have some. It's floating around in the back. I need to get that so I can finish up the license plate mount for old 4Runner. Hello, everybody. Yeah, it's just been working. Hey, what's going on? Hey. But yeah, I just been kind of waiting on stuff for all this, amongst other little projects in here. So really, this isn't bolted down, I'll be honest with you. That's loose in there because this is not wired in. I need to actually work on wiring in this dashboard. Merry Christmas. Yep. Thank you so much. Merry Christmas. But yeah, I need to wire this into the factory dash lights. So I'm trying to get everything themed out in here to the factory green. I want to keep things kind of looking, well, I guess I wouldn't say stock, but like an old Toyota. It looks like an old Toyota. It should have, you got to have some color coordination with your stuff. So that's where I'm at. There's some things I'm kind of dreading. I'm dreading fixing this. Also, if you guys are interested, I got some seats here that need to go. So those were in a 1980s Toyota 4Runner. Those seats are not bad. I believe they were originally out of a 2000s, like a 2004 Toyota Corolla. And they're not in bad shape. They just don't suit my fancy. I want the Sparco R100s in there, so those are going to be up for sale for dirt cheap. Also, the Raptor is still up for sale, so that one needs to go by the wayside. I'm really trying. So this is kind of a transitional point. I'm trying to get rid of some of these bikes. And the reason being is I'm trying to come up with a business plan. Since I've lost my job, I don't really have any form of income, so I want to start doing sandblasting, vapor blasting, and Cerakote work. So that's kind of my business plan right now. What else to be said? I mean, if you guys have any questions about anything, feel free to ask. I don't care. Yeah, the old 4Runner. I'm still looking for headliner parts. So if you guys know somebody with the parts for that, I mean, I'm always looking for parts. So the center console's in here good. The main thing I'm looking for, so you see these screw holes? That bit of trim that runs back? I got it for that side, and I'm missing the trim that goes along the back. That's going to be a bit of a project. Looks cool. Oh, thank you so much. Yep. But yeah, I'm still missing a few parts for this to really finish it out and like make it right. What else? I gotta make the swing out. So I got parts for the swing out. I'll show you really quick. Here's what I got. I need to get out my welder. I need to work on this. It's one of those projects. Here's what we got. It's a bearing and a pipe. More or less a bearing and a pipe. So the plan is, I'm going to take that, weld it in there, and then I got some 2x4 steel and make a nice little crossbar going across. And then I'm going to mount my spare tire up in here somewhere. And then I got a high lift jack, which is supposed to make its way on the back of the old 4Runner. So yeah, no end of projects. And then, like I said, I'm dreading dealing with that. There's a few dents on this thing. I really think I'm going to go ahead and paint this thing coming along next spring. Just make it a little bit more sweeter rig. And hopefully I can offload the old Raptor 660R because, well, I don't need it. I don't ride it. This thing, the weather hasn't been bad outside, so I've been still working on the 4Runner. But I kind of want to start working on this and moving this towards restored because I used to have an 85 Tri-Z. I had to sell it after the fire in California. Yeah. Merry Christmas. Hey, how's it going, Mom? Hopefully you're having a wonderful and very happy Merry Christmas. Let's put the camera up and just chat for a bit. Go ahead and do this. Sorry about the horrible camera work that's been going on here. Hopefully you're having a very happy and Merry Christmas. Yes, it's good. I'm happy to hear that. Yeah, I'm just kind of going around working on projects. I got a few things to go out and do today, but you know, it's just normal stuff for me. No end to the projects around here and just working on whatnot. So hopefully you're having a wonderful day. I'm glad to hear from you at bare minimum. Yeah, I mean, if you got any of you guys have any questions about anything around the garage, so like I said, trying to sell the quad back there. The quad needs to go. The mini bike, I would like to play around with the mini bike more and actually move that project to being more complete and actually something that I can like let people ride without worrying too much. But I've been surprised. Oh, well, thank you so much. Thank you for letting me know that you like the live stream. What else we got here? Yeah, I guess, like, I don't know, like this old thing, the kind of stinky. That bike probably should go. I got rid of that one. My downhill bike I'm keeping. Raptor's got to go. I mean, really, the mini bike, if somebody really wanted that mini bike and gave me a decent offer on it, I'd probably let it go pretty cheap. So this is up on the chopping block, I guess. I don't know, I'd like to keep it because you can throw just about anybody on that thing that can ride it. It's not a crazy powerhouse. You can have some fun on it. What else we got going? I got a bunch of like little fiddly bits that I probably should pass down the road. So like just random stuff like this old military marker light, or well, a blackout light for an old military vehicle. I just got a ton of stuff, like just random stuff like this. Maybe I should have a yard sale come around spring. I've been really good about collecting this fiddly stuff that really doesn't mean anything to anybody other than myself. I would like to use that for a mini bike project. It would be cool on the back, but we're not there yet. We're not there. So maybe I shouldn't be collecting some of this stuff after all. 250SX, that won't be for sale. I mean, my freewheelers, I'm pretty much done selling freewheelers because I've regretted every one that I've sold. And when it comes to getting another one to replace it, I cannot find another trike to save my life. There's a bunch of collectors out there that have way more money than me and way more ambition, and I've had them, like a few people, lowball me so hard on some of my freewheelers that it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense to sell them anymore. It's just, I'm kind of getting priced out of the market. Like this here, in good shape, $2,500, $3,000 for that one, and then this one here, about the same. So, and then my 85 Tri-Z in the condition that was in, I really should have got about $6,000 for it, but I got super lowballed on it and I needed money at the time, so that went by the wayside. And it's crazy because like my KLR, this thing, it's actual bike you can ride on the street. This is considered to be, a $1,500 bike, maybe $2,000 at most, all day. And then these old junkers, freewheelers or whatever, they just go for tons of money, and I just don't get it. Like, there used to be a time where you could get this stuff for dirt cheap, and it was wonderful to have because you could have a lot of fun for cheap. But nowadays, it's like, I'm kind of priced out of the market. It's kind of the same with the 4Runner. Like, I'm happy I got this thing for as cheap as I did, but unfortunately, the market's getting high on these, so maybe here in another 5 or 6 years, they'll be asking a lot more money for these old trucks. As long as I can keep this one in good shape. I mean, I plan on using it, so it's going to make a good camping rig and all that stuff. But it's just getting unreasonable to try and pick up a junky old truck for not a lot of money and try and fix it up. It's beyond me. It's kind of beyond me, especially like this one. None of this stuff, so the back window didn't work, the windshield wiper didn't work. What else about this thing didn't work? So much of this was just canned out and trashed. Interior absolutely was trashed. I mean, you can still kind of tell, like stuff like this, somebody drilled that out, ran wires for there. This whole thing was pretty roached out pretty bad. And that's just kind of the way you find these old vehicles. Hello. Let's see what you got for a comment. Body swap on. Oh yeah, you got an 85. Oh, you got the Goodyear. The 85 Toyota. That's the year you want. So mine's 89. It's the last year of the first gen 4Runner and the very first year of the second gen. So 85 is the one that everybody wants because it's got the solid axle, and you probably have a 22 RE, so that's a pretty sweet rig there by itself. That's cool. Yeah, I kind of wish I had an 85, so I actually know a guy out here that has an 85 that's similar to this. I would say it's in rougher condition than mine. Well, obviously it's in rougher condition because this one's not bad. I've been working on this for a bit. It's not bad. His is in pretty rough shape, but his has pretty much everything you want. His is SR5. It's got rear heat. It's got the altimeter. It's got all of the SR5 stuff, including the solid axle and 22 RE. So it's a 1 year only option. To have an 85 truck is like having gold when it comes to Toyotas. So you got a sweet rig on your hands. This thing, this is not as desirable. There's some things that's good about this truck, but there's some things that's not so good about it. The good stuff is, well, it's got a good transmission, it's got a good rear axle, it's a little bit beefier than your standard 22RE, but it's got the 3.0 V6, and that's why everything was beefed up, is it was supposed to deal with the V6. The V6 had problems, head gasket issues pretty early on, so that's just kind of made these trucks less desirable. If you have one that's a V6 with an automatic, nobody wants it. I don't care who's asking or what. But yeah, if you got a 85 22RE, the 4-cylinder, they're pretty much gold. Also, for a long time, the Toyotas that had the 22RE T, I believe it's RET or it's REC. Those had the turbo for a long time. Those were pretty unsought after because they were known for blown head gaskets and stuff too. Well, those have gone up in value tremendously. But yeah, if you got 85 rig, hang on to it because a lot of people really want those. I highly recommend it. In the back here, I don't have the power turned on. I don't have my keys in, so got some stuff back here. Got my ice chest, obviously got that ready. Got my straps, got stuff in here. What else is weird? I mean, some of you might know, some of you might not know. So in the rear seat of this, these rear seats are not a, here, let's just flip the camera so you can read chat. So these rear seats in here are actually out of a 90s Toyota 4Runner. So this is not from the same 4Runner as this stuff, but this stuff is out of a 90s Toyota 4Runner. That's 90s Toyota 4Runner. Unfortunately, the way I have these set up is they're solid mounted in here, so I can't flip them up and lay them down and make a nice sleeping area. That's kind of a problem if I ever want to go camping in here, but at least these seats are actually pretty nice in here. They're not beat up, they're not tore up. They just kind of fit and they work very well in the back of this old truck. Other things that I think are notable in here. Not a whole lot to talk about. I mean, I've done a lot of shorts on a lot of this stuff. I'm still looking for, so these visors are pretty beat. This one over here, you can see it's been torn. So I'm looking for one of these visors that's in good shape. Just kind of looking around for stuff in there, and on the side, a lot of people thought it was funny. I was like drilling holes in my old plastic stuff, but that's how I wired in my old CB radio. So I think that's the best place for it. I mean, I might have been able to fit it underneath the seat here, but I don't know. Who knows? I mean, that's a lot of fiddling around just to get the CB to work in here. But overall, I think this is pretty good. And go through, detail out all these vents. They're kind of dusty and gross looking, but it's an old Toyota, so what do you expect? Old piece of junk. But yeah, I think this thing will look pretty fresh once I get some paint on here. If you look at the paint, it's pretty hammered. A lot of people are like asking why I want to paint this, and that's why. It's just the paint's been done for a long time. This is the good side over here. As you can see, there's more paint left on it. I don't know where this thing is parked. And then there's a few dents here and there. Yeah. So I need to work on this thing a lot to get the paint to look right if I ever go to paint it. Kind of, I guess I'd call it like painting anxiety. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm gonna work on this next spring for sure. I think a lot of paint shops would be like, yeah, just fill it with Bondo, but no, I need to make a patch panel and patch that, weld it up, and then the worst body damage I think on the whole thing is around here on the corner. Not that. That's not that bad. This is the worst one. So I kind of suspect that somebody backed up and stuff and at some point like this, which is bed liners. This is gonna be a night off. Welcome back. Yeah. The reason this is gonna be a nightmare to get off is because this is a little bed liner, rattle can bed liner. So I don't know. We're gonna have a go at trying to get this off when I gotta paint this thing, but that's definitely the worst dent in the whole vehicle. Yeah, I'm pretty sure to cream the rear tailgate at some point. Yeah, I mean, on this side too, it looks, I'm assuming the driver must have got mad at some point, hopped out and threw gravel at the side of the vehicle. Because I've had a few trucks like this where somebody broke down and they got mad and they threw gravel, and you could just like see a bunch of dings on the side. Kind of sad. Our 85 so rusty, putting 87 body. Oh no, rust has got to it. I guess I could show you all where the rust is on this thing. So this is not 100% rust free, but it's not horrible. Since we're on the subject of rust, why not? Yeah, I need to figure out how to put the wiper away without, I guess we just go grab my keys. Let's grab some keys. Show you where the rust is hiding, because these old Japanese trucks, the problem with them is none of these were all JDM, so they were actually built in Japan. Well, when you got them off the boat coming from Japan, they were already rusting coming off the boat. Turn that off, turn that off. I don't know why that keeps shutting off. I kind of thought it would keep running, but you know. Huh. Okay, so that's working. Okay. Go ahead and flip that guy off. So here's where the rust is hiding. Oh. So I don't know, well, I kind of get why. I mean, if you got the top off this, so this is the worst of the rust on my vehicle. And kind of dirty back here, but so it's rusting in here and here and here. This truck, that's kind of what attracted me to this one in the first place, is I looked through, like none of this is rusting out. So still has the wheel liners in here. Got a little bit of surface stuff in here, which is all right by me, but really not super rusty. Don't see rust, which is huge. Yeah. Yeah, that's a big thing about it. I mean, I'm kind of weird, but go hang out underneath the truck. So I do have some oil leak going on, which is fine. This was a lot worse when I got it, but what old truck doesn't have an oil leak? And then back here, looking at it, so these frames rust out really bad. It's not bad, not a bad old rig. All through here. I will say a negative about this truck. It doesn't stop. It's not stopping. Through here, this is the worst spot. So this is the reason this looks like this is all Bondo through here. So I found that out when I did these door panels on the inside, as I could see down in there, and somebody pulled out a dent. So this side got hit at some point on this side. You want to get diesel, yeah, or Dual cases? Oh, you want to get dual cases? You know, I thought about that. So, my big thing, I've seen it where people have like, you know, a couple of sticks in here, and they do it like that. I thought about doing dual cases for this. I'm not like super positive on if I want to do that, because I kind of want to keep it, you know, kind of livable in here and nice. But to do dual cases, so I'm going to have to extend the front drive line and shorten up the back one, which isn't a huge deal, but I don't know. I think I'm going to be running 470 gears in this. I'll try out the 470 gears, and then once I figure out if that's what I need, yeah, they like 2K or more. Yep, it's pretty expensive. A lot of money for a couple of transfer cases. Yeah, I think I'm just going to keep it as a... I mean, obviously none of this is stock in here, but I'm going to try and keep it clean. Hopefully here in the next few days I'll have my seat bracket in and I'll put the passenger seat in, but you know, it's just an old truck. Alrighty. Got a F250. Nice, you got an F250? That's a good rig. I mean, I got a fair amount of rigs around here. I mean, I want to talk about rigs. So obviously I got that. This one over here is my roommate's. I got the old Ram 1500. That truck is actually cool in its own right because it's a short bed, 4-wheel drive, manual, single cab. Kind of a rare truck. You don't see them like that very often. And then that thing, the Tundra, I don't even know what I'm doing with this thing yet. I had this for a bunch of years. The problem with the Tundra is it's only 2-wheel drive, so unless I like want to do a 4-wheel drive conversion and like fix all the body damage, I just don't know what I'm going to do with that. Needs a turbo. Oh yeah, needs a turbo. Yeah. I mean, let's be honest, everything needs a turbo. Alright, so we're up to 27 minutes here. So I think I'm going to be shutting down shop here in a minute. So the old 4Runner, I'll be honest with you, it's just kind of my project vehicle. I will be using this for exploring this year. Well, I guess next year now, but yeah, I'm just kind of happy that I got this 4Runner finally, because my old truck, my very first vehicle was an 80s Toyota product, and I've been very happy with this one. Merry Christmas. Hope you have a wonderful afternoon. Yeah, I hope you have a wonderful afternoon too. Thank you very much, bro. I still don't know what I'm going to do with that Tundra. The Tundra needs some serious love and attention. But being 2-wheel drive, I'm just not so interested. And then this thing, I've been thinking about getting a move front bumper and move rear bumper and welding them together and making this a little bit nicer. I don't want to lift this thing because obviously I use it for my mountain biking. So I got the rear bike pad on the back, so that goes out and we go biking with it. So it doesn't make a whole lot of sense to lift the vehicle. I thought about it. It's been a serious consideration. So that's got the 4.7 V8 in that Tundra. I mean, to put that in here, that'd be really cool to put that 4.7 in this old 4Runner and get rid of the old 3.0 V6 because this thing doesn't make a whole lot of power. Neither does that 4.7 in that Tundra. It doesn't make a whole lot of power. But I'll be 100% honest with you. Like, those have zero issues. Like that 4.7, it's dead, bulletproof, reliable. Yeah, that's true too. Lots of money to do engine swap. People just act like you can do it pretty easy. The other thing too is I kind of don't want to chop out my core support in the front. From what I understand, there's not enough room in here to stuff that motor in here without chopping out the core support and setting up an electric fan to be a push fan setup. Oh man, it's absolutely a killer motor, and it just lasts forever. Like, that truck has been to hell and back, and it keeps running. Again, it's only being a 2-wheel drive, unless I want to do a 4-wheel drive conversion on that truck, but then it's a C-channel frame, so not a perfect truck for an off-roader. Yeah, I can make it like a low buck overlanding rig, but why do that when I got this? So anyhow, I think I'm gonna cruise on here. So it's been good chatting with y'all. Thank you so much for. Do you need 4-wheel drive? Question mark. So a lot of people would say no, but in reality, that Tundra, the reason the Tundra is broken the way it is because I was kind of beating on it in 2-wheel drive, and it eventually broke because of it. What happened is it dropped a lower ball joint in the front end and went off trail and hit a tree. So the whole front end of the truck is smashed. That's why I say, yeah, you probably need 4-wheel drive. Do you need 4 inches of lift? Probably not. So anyhow, I'll catch you all later. Be safe out there. Thank you so much for joining the stream, and keep it real.